Welcome, my friends, to the interwebs. If you watched my last video, you know what this is going to be about. Pump and dump schemes with Bitcoin, Ethereum, SHIB, DOGE, tons of them out there, tons of pump and dump channels. Some of the channels, I think, they don't think of themselves as pump and dump channels, but they are. Modern Investor, who I love. I start my morning, every morning watching him. But if he is all about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin could be on fire and running down the street, and he'd be like, "Look at her go!" If you're getting into crypto, and by the way, first let me say this: this is not financial advice. Anything that comes out of my mouth is not financial advice. It's literally for entertainment and educational purposes. I am not a Dogecoin I'm not a crypto expert by any stretch of the imagination. Watch my other videos, you'll know. I just dig this stuff, and it's working for me right now, and I've done fairly well. So it is what it is. But you're never going to see a pump and dump from this channel. This is not going to happen. But let me educate you. For those of you who do not know what pump and dump is, I got an itch. That's what a pump and dump is. Let me show you what a pick and flick is. Anyway, a pump and dump is where you go in and then you invest heavily in a very cheap, I guess that's one word to put it, or inexpensive crypto or stock. And then you put lipstick on that pig, and then you go on to your social media where, you either have a bunch of fans or you hope to have a bunch of fans, or at least you do some kind of clickbaity thing to get people to pay attention. And then you pump it. Tell everybody this is going to the moon, and this is the answer to your dreams, and this will pay off your house and your car and put your kids through college and get you that trophy wife you've always wanted and felt like you deserved. That last one hit steep. And then people buy in, and theoretically it snowballs, and then the price of that inexpensive, cheap, whatever pig with lipstick that you put on it, and maybe you and some other people put on it, and then you sell before everybody realizes this is a pig with lipstick. It's not my trophy wife. But you've made your money, and people who are stuck, it's almost a pyramid scheme. Well, in a lot of ways, I guess it's kind of like a pyramid scheme or some kind of, it's a pump and dump. It's a classic pump and dump. And then the people get stuck, and then at some point, everybody's like, this is a pig, and then the price collapses. But the original pump and dumpers, they've made their money, and it could be as little as 5%, 10% on their money, or sometimes they really ride it up and they make a ton of money at your expense. Do not get involved in that. Now, some people do clickbaity stuff, not necessarily for the pump and dump, the classic pump and dump, but they do clickbaity stuff. They're heavily invested in that. We'll just say crypto for now. They're heavily invested in that crypto, but they do believe in it. But what they're trying to do is get views and make AdSense money and build their audience. So I'll give a good example. And I guess I shouldn't name names, but there is let me use one guy for example. He's an Asian dude. I really like this guy. I really have learned a lot from him regarding crypto. But he's always talking about things like, proof that Bitcoin will be at $250,000. And the way it's worded, it's clickbaiting. And I got sucked into it, and at the end of the video, you realize there's really no proof of anything. It's all subjective. It is what it is. A lot of times people tell you Dogecoin at $1, which would be a big jump, or Dogecoin at $3. And if you own Dogecoin, you want to see what they've got to say about that. Now, maybe that person owns Doge, and they believe in Doge, but that is still a clickbaity thing to do. But for lots of reasons. Now, you can make a bunch of money on YouTube in the whole crypto space. You can. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that, but I also think there's a lot of competition in that. And I also think that in order to get views on your videos, a lot of people do things that are shameless. Shameless. Although there are channels who don't pretend to be experts that I think do a good job, but sometimes if you get to know their channel and you get to know their personality, a lot of it is just they're exuberant, they're pumped up themselves, and they're trying to share that. I'll tell you the one that I have the most respect for. at first I was like, this chick's nuts. Lucy, and I can't for the life of me think of her name offhand. She's an Asian chick, an Asian woman, and millennial. I'm assuming somewhere in her 20s. I have nothing but respect for her for a few different reasons. She shows you her accounts. And so when she makes a trade, or if she has a position in, say, for example, Dogecoin, and she calls herself a Dogecoin millionaire, and I think at one point she was technically a millionaire. I think now her Dogecoin's worth like $800,000, so technically she's not a millionaire. But she doesn't play on words. She's a Dogecoin millionaire. Now she wants to be a SHIB billionaire, but that's based on having a billion SHIBs, not $1 billion. But she shows you her trades, and she is dabbling with day trading, and she tells you that. And I respect her because most of these, 99% of these people who run these crypto channels, especially crypto channels, they never show you that stuff. They talk a good game, and for all you know, they're just trying to hype something or pump something in order for themselves to gain. With Lucy, it's not that. With Lucy, it's literally she's having fun with this, and I'm sure she makes, between her super chat money and her YouTube money, I'm sure she does okay. But I think that you can sense in her the passion and the willingness to share her insights. Now, how much insight does a millennial have on almost anything? Look, she's pretty smart. She's a smart cookie. But she is the one of all of them that I will say, yeah, for sure, she's the real deal. And they're out there. I mean, I haven't seen every crypto channel, but I have noticed a trend in crypto for the clickbait, the pump and dumps, and all that stuff. I don't think that helps anybody. I think that, it helps some people. The wrong people. I think that as a whole, as a community, as a crypto enthusiast community or an investors community, whatever, I think in the end that hurts more than it helps, in the sense that, some people are, well, they're educating people about crypto. They're, and that may be true, and for the life of me, I can't even remember how I even learned about crypto, but I'm sure there was a good chance that it was somebody talking about becoming a millionaire with crypto. Have there been millionaires made out of crypto? You bet. Lots of them. Just not me. But I mean, it got me interested, so I guess maybe there's that. But for some people, they get sucked into things that they probably shouldn't. And you just know there are people who've mortgaged their second mortgage on their house, or took all their money out of savings or whatever, and that is just stupid. It's just dumb. If you do that, you deserve what you get, and chances are you will get what you deserve. And I know some people will be like, well, that's kind of harsh. Well, it's reality, and reality can be kind of harsh. Maybe you get lucky. Chances are you're not going to get lucky, but I digress. Avoid the pump. If something looks like so ridiculously out there, like, somebody saying that, one of the things that drives me crazy is the trend lately to talk about where Bitcoin's going to be at the end of the year. And, 6 months ago, it was always, Bitcoin's going to be at $1 million. Bitcoin's going to be at $2 million. And there were people who pretended to have credibility who were saying this stuff, and they put their charts up there and blah, 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 blah. Well, Bitcoin's got to have a long, high run to get to $1 million anytime soon. Now, every now and again, you'll hear a little truth that's like, well, yeah, Bitcoin, if it gets to $1 million, it'll be 10 years from now. None of us really know. I guess there could be some kind of event, like an event horizon to just kind of boom, and all of a sudden it takes off. I think I own Bitcoin, and I like Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first crypto that I ever bought, and I plan on always having a Bitcoin in my life. But do I see Bitcoin anytime soon even doing 200,000? No. I'm not even convinced that it will make 100,000. I hope it does, and we're talking end of year. I hope it does, but every time I see these people with these clickbaity things, I just think to myself, they don't know. They have no clue, and they can put all their charts and this and that and double helix and head and shoulder, all these things that they can spew. But the truth is, look, a lot of the people who said that Bitcoin would be at X, Y, and Z, Okay, months ago they said it would be X, Y, and Z. By even now, none of that's happened. These experts have been completely wrong. Is Bitcoin the real deal? In my opinion, it is. But to tell somebody that a product that is right now at, I don't know, what is it, 56, 57, 58, somewhere, I don't even know, somewhere in the 50s, mid 50s, if to tell somebody that product is going to be at $1 million by the end of the year is irresponsible and stupid, but a fool and their money is soon parted, so I guess it all goes hand in hand. Which means if you listen to this stuff and you throw a bunch of money into stuff, you take a chance of losing every bit of it. So anyway, that's all I got. For those of you who are down with this stuff, let me know. I can't do this on a regular basis. I don't see a live stream in my future, although who knows. Any super chat, stuff like that. I just don't know they have time for any of that stuff. If you want to get into crypto, you're not really sure how to get into crypto, hit me up. And I've got a link to my Coinbase that if you sign up through my link, you'll get $10 in free Bitcoin once you've spent $100, and then I will get $10. And it's a win-win. If you are not interested in getting into crypto, then by all means do not get into crypto. It's not for everybody. It is what it is. It's highly speculative. It's highly volatile, and as many Bitcoin millionaires have been made, or I should say crypto millionaires that have been made, there are people who've put themselves through hell and they've not made millions, so it is what it is. Anyway, everybody take care. Peace! I'm not editing anything, so it is what it is. I don't have time to edit. I just don't. Peace!